How are you?
Pretty
Good.
good.
Jer, Lynn, George,
Yes, sir.
Marty, Hafiz, Ula, Landre. Okay.
No, you got it.
Sincon, okay, one. And Yahweh, here, two. You ready?
Yes, sir.
I just check who come, okay, but it doesn't matter yet for this week. Next week we start to really crowded. Okay. Who did anything with Python? Did you try to install something? Matty?
No, I just
Install Anaconda.
Anaconda, yeah.
You did install Anaconda. Does it work?
I didn't try it actually. I just tried that VBA that you just showed.
Oh, you try VBA.
Yeah.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Okay. Jer,
Yeah.
you try Anaconda?
Oh yes, it works.
It worked. Okay. Did you try version check?
Oh yeah, everything is good.
Everything is good. You have NumPy, SciPy, SimPy,
All
Matplotlib.
really install all libraries.
You have all that.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else tried VBA? Just Matty. You know, when you do graduate school, first of all you come on time, okay, and then next when you spend, what's your name? Hafiz Ula?
Hasib, sir.
Oh no, Hasib Ahmed
Yeah.
Janjua. So when you do graduate school, you know, even undergrad, you come to school 1 hour, you spend time at home 2 times of the time that you spend at school. So when you spend like 1.5 hours during lecture, you go back home 3 hours, you go through the material, okay? Even though there's no homework yet, okay? Don't just, enjoy the lecture, go back home, sleep, come back again. That doesn't work. You have to review it, okay? Try to review the material. So today we are going to do some more VBA, plotting number 1 to 100, okay? Objective 2, print 30 to 60 in column 1 and check if it is a prime number or not. Oh, you decide to come back? You enroll or just sit in?
I already took this class.
Oh, you just sit in, okay. What's his name? Okay, what's your name?
Marshall?
Marshall, okay. So let's take a look on how do we print the number in VBA. Okay. The approach is use nested loop. Last time I have a question from one of you asked me what is dim, D-I-M. Dim is just declare the dimension as declare the variable to be a certain type. If it is dim a as int, this means a become integer. Okay. There's something else like double, long, and object or something else. Those things you want to go and Google it, check the manual. Okay. I don't teach all of them, but you will know because it's graduate course. You just check what is other than int. What can we use? Int is an integer number. Okay. But it doesn't work for 10 million or something. If you want something that is integer that works for 10 million, what do? You use long. Okay, L-O-N-G. Dim something as long. So when you dim it, this means you declare it. Okay. You want to declare it before you use it. In Python, you don't need to declare it, you just use it. But it has type. Okay. Our approach is to use nested for loop. To do nested for loop, we have, we write from left to right first, then writing top to bottom, okay, or writing down. So before we write the program, we want to think how do we do it, okay? The way we do it, let's define the index for row as I, index for column as J, okay? And then we start by assign the value for the variable I equal to 1, okay? So I equal to 1 means row 1, okay? And then we have J move from 1 to 10. Then I equal to 2, J move from 1 to 10 again. And then I equal to 3, J move from 1 to 10 again. And do until I equal to 10. So this is nested for loop, the approach. So we put for loop inside for loop. So when I write it down, I have I equal to 1, comma, J equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10. Okay? I equal to 2, J go from 1 to 10 until I equal to 10, and J still go from 1 to 10. Now let's calculate output. So I say output equal to J. So for I equal to 1, this is okay, right? We want to print the number from 1 to 100. The first row, we have number from what? 1 to 10, right? So if output equal to J, then we have 1 to 10 as we want. This works for the first row, but it doesn't work for the second row. But we write it down. When you write a program, that the first time you want to write it down on the paper, okay, or on the computer screen. So for second row, I equal to, I put output out equal to J plus 10. So J equal to 1, my output is 11. J equal to 2, my output is 12. So this is okay for I equal to 2, right? Then I do I equal to 3. For I equal to 3, my output is J plus 20. So if my J equal to 5, I get 25, right? So for any ith row, my output is J plus I minus 1 multiplied by 10. So this will be okay for any I row. Right? So for I equal to 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, then I have 1 to 10 for output. For I equal to 5, 5 minus 1 is 4, 4 multiplied by 10 is 40, then I get 41 to 49. So the way to write the program is not start with for loop, is to start with writing the output that you want, one by one, and find the pattern. So I write R equal to J, then R equal to J plus 10, then R equal to J plus 20 on purpose. And you should do this too, especially if you are new. And then find the pattern within it. Then you say, oh, J plus I minus 1 multiplied by 10 is okay. Then we put this in the program. The program just looks like this, right? So for I equal to 1 to 10, and I indent it. For J equal to 1 to 10. So I put the for loop of J inside the for loop of I. So I put out equal to the formula that we have early on. Then I print the result out. So this is just a pseudocode, okay? It's not, if you put this in, you get error message. But it's just the idea on how do we do the code. We move from do the first step, then write the pseudocode, and then write the actual code. Question? No question, no question.
So I have a question.
Okay. Yes.
Can we write it in class?
Write it in class? You mean make the class
No, you write it. We'll
show you right now? Yeah. You can see it. I have a question actually. Who want to answer? None of them. Hasid, you want to answer? Yeah, want to help me? How are you doing, sir? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. When you look at this, you understand it?
Yep.
Yes. Can you do it? Probably. Shall we skip then? No. Oh, okay. Objective 1, which is writing 1 to 100. Okay. This is a code in OpenOffice. Okay. If you want to put the code in VBA, instead of doc.sheet.getNameBy, you just cell CELLS parentheses and then index IJ. You remember that? Have any clue? Previously, I showed you the difference. Okay, if you want to put VBA code on OpenOffice, we just put option VBA support 1, right? And the difference between VBA and OpenOffice is when you print it, you have to do, instead of cells, you have to write something that is longer. You record that, dim as an object, doc as object, sheet as object, cell as object, sheet.get cell by position or something. It's longer. In VBA, it's just cell or something, and it's done. Okay. When we put it together as a code, so dim I as integer, relay, Larry, okay.
Yeah.
What does it mean, dim I as integer?
You declared I to be an integer.
Okay, what is the integer?
No decimal places.
No decimal places. Can it be 0?
No.
Can it be 1?
Yeah, right, can be one. Yeah.
Can it be -1?
Okay. Yes.
But you don't want it to be 0? Or 0 is okay? I think 0 is okay. What do you think? I think 0 is okay too.
I have to think about that.
Okay. 0 is okay too.
Okay.
Okay, 0 is okay. Integer is a whole number. Okay. It cannot go beyond a certain limit. Okay, there's a range of integer value. And Landry,
Yeah.
next time we meet, please tell me what is the limit for integer. Okay, I'll ask you next time.
Okay.
How about that? So the first couple of lines is just a formality that we want to write the value on sheet 1, just that. So look at the for loop. I equal to 1 to 10, j equal to 1 to 10, and I put cell get cell by position ji. So for OpenOffice, the index start with column and then row, right? So for column j, row I, we write the value, cell.value equal to j plus 10 multiplied by I minus 1. That's a formula that we already have. So you already know that if you want to write any number, 10 number per row, start from 1 to 100, then for row I, column j, that's a formula. So we put it in nested for loop. Nested for loop work by running the inner loop first. So it's set I equal to 1, then j equal to 1, perform some action, change to j equal to 2, perform that action, do j equal to 3, and do until j equal to 10, and change from equal to 1 to I equal to 2. That's the result. Look good? Okay, go back home. I understand that we don't have any homework, but you go back home, type the code and put it in, okay, and it should work. And if it doesn't work, okay, try to type the code by read this. After you understand everything, try to memorize, okay, and then do it. If you get the error message, try to debug it. If you cannot debug, look at the solution, okay, and then do it until it's done. Sometimes you may have the problem of like you forget to put dim, okay, or you forget to put cell Cell in, if you do VBA, cell has to have S, C-E-L-L-S, right? If you forget S, it doesn't work, okay? But how do you know what will you forget? You will not. You won't know until you do it, okay? Go back home, try it, and try to write 1 to 100, okay? If you can write 1 to 100, then you probably be able to write 1 to 1000. Can you do that? Yeah, it's just more line, right? Should not be a big deal. So in VBA, I put the code here too. Object, open and close parentheses. So for this one, open office, I have subroutine, but I don't have open and close parentheses, right? This one have open and close parentheses. Inside that, there's nothing, so it doesn't take any input. It just performs the action. If you want to call this from the Excel front, I think we have to write it as a function. And we will do that too. So the same thing is we do dim I as integer, dim j as integer, sheets, parentheses, double quotation mark, sheet 1 dot active. So this we try to write on sheet 1, right? And then do double for loop as before. I equal to 1 to 10, j equal to 1 to 10, and have the formula cell I plus 1, comma j plus 1 equal to j something, something, something. Okay? Good? Look at the result. It looks like this. You like it? So, who want to help me? Tomitope. Okay. If I want to write 1 to 300, each row I have 10 number. 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21, until 300 instead of 100. What do I do? Where do I change? This code gives me just 1 to 100, right?
Yeah.
I want more. What do I do? You need help from the person sitting next to you or behind you. 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, fail, okay? Oh, you answer something?
You could change it 10 to 30.
What do you think? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, change from what 10?
30.
I equal to 1 to 30 or j equal to 1 to 30?
No. I'm talking about the third line. The one that has cells, I plus 1, j plus 1.
You talk about...
Yeah.
Come here. Where you change the 30? Where?
What do you think?
Don't touch the screen, okay? But where?
No. The 10.
This?
Yes.
You want to change 10 to 30? Right?
That's all. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Please go back. I don't know until we try it. Osina sheet. You agree with him or you don't?
Sorry, what did you say?
You have to pay attention in class. He said, see this 10? He wants to change it to 30.
Yeah.
So that instead of printing from 1 to 100, we will print 1 to 300.
Yeah.
10 number per line, and we have 30 lines. So we have 1 to 10, 20, 11 to 20, 91 to 100, and 101 to 110, 111, 120. You like that?
Yeah, I think
I think it's wrong. I think you should have different opinion
I
as a hint.
think I should remain 1 to 10, then Jen should go from 1 to 30.
I don't get what you said. Come here. What do you want to do? You want to change back? Change this is wrong. Don't change that.
I shouldn't change.
You should not change that.
Okay.
Don't believe you can even go for credit.
You can change the chip space. Change the chip
But
space.
if I change from If I change this to 30, I think I should also change
Which number to 30?
J.
Instead of J, change it to
I to 30.
1
1 to 30.
to 30.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, please go back. I don't know if it's work or not, I have to run it, but I don't quite like that idea because J is the index for column.
Oh.
So this means when I equal to 1, you will write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 until 30, right? And then when I equal to 2, you will write what?
31.
No, you should not start with 31. When I equal to 2, go back to this line. So when I equal to 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. Right? 1 multiplied by 10 is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. Right? So when j equal to 30, 10 plus 30 is what? What's in the sheet?
40.
40. So on the second line, you will move from 11 to 40.
Okay,
So first line you will write from 1 to 30. Second line you will write from 11 to 40. Third line will be what? 21 to something. I don't quite like that. But it's better answer than his. Okay.
so J is for the column.
Yeah.
Okay, then I think I.
You change that number, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah, okay. Now you got it. Landry, Liran, Ramli.
Larry.
You got it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So go back home, try to write it, and try to change it a little bit. It looks easy until you do it. And then you will find if it is really easy, that, oh, it doesn't matter for me. Or you should pay more attention, okay? Okay, next step. Handwriting code, possible quiz, 10 minutes. When do we have quiz? This week we don't have quiz, right? And quiz is a pop quiz. So pop quiz means I don't tell you in advance. So next time we meet, we may not have quiz, or we may have quiz. Or you have question? Landry?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I noticed the difference between the code on OpenOffice and on VBA.
Okay.
You seem to declare more with the OpenOffice. That's
Yes.
okay.
The reason is for OpenOffice, you cannot use cell like this. You see, this one you just use CWLS
Mm-hmm.
to write. But for OpenOffice, you have to use this component .sheet that get cell by name, get by position or something. The way of writing is longer.
All right.
If you want to write as short as VBA, you do what? VBA support option equal to 1 or something. Remember that? Okay. Write by hand on paper, either VBA code or OpenOffice.org. I suggest VBA because it's shorter. So print square root 1 or 1 raised to the power of 0.5 for I equal to 1, 2, 3 until 10. On worksheet, each row contains 10 numbers. Print 10 rows totally. Okay. 1 number per cell. Need to use for loop. Okay. Write option explicit as the first statement. Write the value, not string. Okay. So 91, square root of 91, you don't want to write 91 hat 0.5. No, I don't want that. I want 9.53939 something. You may want to practice several times to memorize it at home. And next time we meet, we may do this or we may not do this. But I can promise you, the next time that we meet, the next quiz that you're going to get, it will be this. It won't be something else. What I don't tell you is when will it be. Okay? Next time when we meet, if we are going to have quiz, the quiz will be just like that. So the first number should be square root of 1 is 1. Square root of 2 is 1.41 something. Right? square root of 10. So first line, you have square root of 1 to square root of 10. Second line, you have square root 11 to square root 20 until the end. So it's very similar to what you have here. The difference is the formula, just that. So whatever when you go home, you try it first and make sure that it works and memorize it. It is going to be closed book because this is ABCD, okay? It's like vocabulary that you will have to practice. And then you come, you do this, okay? And you should do this within how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The first line is given, so within 10 minutes you should be able to write this correctly. So you practice. Yes?
So for the lines that we specify sheets, something that activate it, this line of code doesn't create a sheet. Sheet should be
Doesn't create a sheet. It just select the sheet. If you don't have that line, the code still work. Okay? If you want to write, but it will write the number on the sheet that you call. So, for example, if you are in sheet 1, you press alternate F11, and then you run this module. It will write the number on sheet 1. If you are on sheet 2, you press alternate F11, you run this module, it will write on sheet 2 if you don't have that activate line. Okay? Yes.
And when we use this, anytime that we run the code again, it doesn't clear the data. That
It
we have
doesn't clear the
present.
data.
So is there any
No.
way that we can just clear all the data? and
There's a
practice
way
again?
to clear the data. And I don't know it on top of my head, but you can delete or you can assign nothing as a value. Okay. So nothing means equal double quotation mark and double quotation mark and nothing in between. So for example, you have cell.value equal to nothing. You can set it to 0. Actually, I think there's a proper way to clear it. When I actually do it, I will Google it. So when you do it, it's not really about whether you can memorize it or not after the class, but during the exam you should memorize. What it's about is, can you Google it and find your answer quickly or not? Okay. But for next time that we meet, may not be next time, next quiz that you're going to get, you will do this one. Okay. Closed book, no computer, no calculator. Write the code on the paper. Okay, within 10 minutes. So this means you have to go back home, write the code, practice by hand, okay, and do it again, and do it again, and do it again, a couple times, and then come back. Okay, this is practice, okay? It's not that difficult. It doesn't take much time, especially I tell you what is good. Yes?
Sorry for this question, it may sound silly, but I noticed that your printed results starts from B2. What if you want to start from like A1 the top?
Oh,
I'm just
okay. Landry,
Yes.
what do you think? This code starts from B2. But if you want A1, which part of the code make it start from B2?
Plus one.
Cell I plus 1, J plus 1, right? So when your I equal to 1, your J equal to 1, it print the value on cell 2, 2,
Okay.
right? If you wanted to print the value to cell, what, 1, 1, you don't have plus 1,
Okay.
okay?
Understood.
Good?
Actually, the previous open office is wrong. It start from 1, and but the result is
Wow!
You mentioned something.
Try in OpenOffice. I really try and I get the same thing because OpenOffice index start from 0. So A1 they call it 0, 0. B2 they call it 1, 1. That's a difference. And OpenOffice use column then row. Okay. Okay. Let's do something that's a little bit more complicated. So I want to know from 30 to 60, what is the prime number? Which number is the prime number? So I Google the result. Okay, start from 0 to 60. I know that 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, blah 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 blah, 59, 61. They are prime number. Okay, even number is not prime number except 2. Okay, 2 is a prime number, and 1 is not a prime number. When I Google it, they didn't say that 1 is prime number. The positive divisor of a prime number is itself and 1. Okay, so 6 is not a prime number because when I divide it by 2, I don't get any remainder, right? But 13 is a prime number because the divisor is just 13 and 1. Okay? So we need to know the prime number below 32 in order to tell if the number above 30 is a prime number or not. What do you think? If I want to check 31, is that a prime number? So what do I do? Okay. Let's think about it first. Okay. When we make the program, we think about it. So we know the solution. Okay. Let's use for loop with if statement. Okay. The condition that I put in the range of 30 to 60, if the number is an even number, it's not a prime number. So 32 is not prime number, 34 is not prime number. Otherwise, check if it is divisible by any number below it. Okay. By the way, why do we need to know how to do this prime number? It doesn't do anything when you actually do your reciprocal simulation, right? What do we need to know about this? Nanchan Lee, you didn't come last time. What do we need to know about this prime number or we don't? Does it help?
Just for the test.
No, it's not just for the test. Okay? Yes, it will be in the test, but it will make you think about the problem more systematically. Okay? You will have the systematic way to think about the problem. I don't just show you how to get the prime number. I show you how to solve the problem, how you think about it, how you separate one big problem into small problem, and how we try each at a time. Okay? So basically it will hopefully make you a lot smarter, or maybe a little bit smarter, but it will help you at the end to solve easier problem. The problem you will get next could be easier, and this then will be very easy. Okay, we use modulo to find the remainder of division. Okay. Let's take a look on what is mod first. See this 31 mod 2 equal to 1. So mod give me the remainder. 31 mod 3 equal to 1. Wow, interesting, right? No, it's not that interesting. 31 mod 4 equal to 3. So it's the remainder. Okay. Got it? Question. Mod operation. Laundry, yes.
I just don't understand.
Mod give you the remainder.
Okay.
So 31 divided by 2 equal to 15.5, right? But if we just take the whole number, so it just equal to, we disregard anything. So we can say 31 divided by 2 equal to 15 with the remainder of 1, right? 31 divided by 3 equal to 10 with the remainder of 1. 31 divided by 4 equal to what? With what remainder? Landry?
31 divided by 4, that would be remainder. 28, okay, yeah, 3.
What is the result?
7.
Yeah, it's equal to 7 with the remainder of 3. Now you got it. I do everything, okay? The first number, I just use 31. See, that's just 31. Okay? 31 mod 1. And number 2, Second number is just 2 to 31. So 31 mod 1, 0, 31 mod 2 is 1, 31 mod 3, 31 mod 4, mod 5, mod 6, until 31 mod 31. Look at this. You never see the result equal to 0, except 31 mod 1 and 31 mod 31. Right? Am I right? Yeah, 31 is a prime number. So when 31 mod something else, it always have the remainder. Right? So this means if you check 31 mod 2, remainder is 1. 31 mod 3, remainder is 1. 31 mod 4, remainder is 3. 31 mod 5, mod 6, mod 7, every time that you do the modulo operation, you get the remainder. Okay? But just 0 and 1, 31 itself, the remainder is 0. So this means 31 is prime number. I want you to think about this is not just we try to find the prime number because I don't think you will want to find the prime number in your real life. I want you to think about the approach. What do? We try to solve it by hand first. Okay? We try to think about it step by step. A good programmer should be able to put their task separate into each small step. Okay? So that computer can understand. Computer cannot understand like, hey, find the prime number. Okay? Computer can understand just step by step. So you have to be able to divide your task in very small tasks. And step 1, we don't start with. I don't start with this screen. Okay, I don't start with the code. No, that's not how you write a program. How you write a program, you try to find. Okay, if I do easy problem, if I just select one part of the problem, how do I do it? So I show you, hey, let me do it in Excel and try to find my method. So I use modulo and I check each value. Okay, but I know that. Okay. So mod result is always greater than 0. Do we need to check all number less than 31? No, we don't need to check everything. What do you think? We can check just the prime number, which is less than 31. Okay? We can just check the prime number. If you check 2 already, you don't need to check 4. Okay? You don't need to check 6. Right? You don't need to check 10. Okay. If you check 2 and 5 already, you don't need to check 10. Okay? This will be a lot quicker if you don't have to check everything. You just check the prime number that is below 31, right? You don't check everything. So let's say you try to find 31 mod 10 is equal to 1. There's no point of doing that. If you already checked 2 and 5, 10 is 2 multiplied by 5, right? If you already checked 2 and 5, and there are remainder which is not 0, so you're done. You don't need to check 10. Okay? So get the value to be checked. X, if it is a prime number or not, that's step 1. Step 2, get the list of the prime number for the range of bracket 2 to x minus 1. When I use this bracket mean including 2 and include x minus 1. Okay, so from 2 to x minus 1. If x is 31, it's from 2 to 30. We want to get the prime number. Yes.
Okay, but if I followed properly, the initial question was that we're trying to print the prime numbers from 0 to 60. And this approach assumes that we already know the prime number below 30 if we're trying to print.
That's my point.
Okay.
For something, you don't just put all the work to computer, okay? If human know the answer already, give that knowledge to computer too. Don't expect it to do everything.
Okay, I was just
So
thinking if we didn't know it.
let's say you want to, the reason that we do this is, let's say you want to find the prime number from the range of 1 to 10,000. You cannot do it, I cannot do it. We need to use computer, right? But before computer to do it, computer should be able to do just small range that we know the answer, we can check. So we feed the initial number, we say, hey, we just tell them 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, they're just prime number, and the rest fight for yourself. We can do that. Right? So we have to give them something first. Actually, we don't need to, but it will be faster if you help computer to work. Don't just let it work by itself, okay? Help it a little bit, so it will be faster. So we do mod xp, where p is the prime number from step 2. Okay. Whenever mod equal to 0, exit the loop with the break statement. If mod not equal to 0, less than, greater than, that is the symbol in VBA, and also OpenOffice means not equal. If you use in something else, you use some other symbol, okay? Exclamation mark and equal. But for VBA, we use less than, greater than. So if mod not equal to 0, for all the prime number, which is below x between 2 and x minus 1, then x is prime number. Okay? Why do I write this down? You already know this, right? The reason is when you solve other problem that is more complicated than this, you want to write this too, step by step. If you cannot write the step in human language, you cannot make the code. Computer won't understand what you try to say, okay? The first step is not just, hey, open VBA screen and type. Wrong. That's not the first step. First step is you try to think about the procedure. But if you do this many times already, then you can skip. But if you haven't done it, you will have to do it. Or if your problem is very big, very complicated, you will have to separate the work into small parts and think about each part, how to do it step by step in the way that computer can understand. Okay?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Can you explain line 2, like the symbol if mod? Yeah, there.
Mod resolve. Look at this. You see, 31 mod 2 equal to 1, right? So we say if mod is not 0,
No, I mean the symbol.
we keep on doing. The symbol less than, greater than mean not equal. So if the mod result is not equal 0, then we keep on doing. If it's equal to 0, then we stop. Then it's not a prime number, right? So let's say we talk about 10, or maybe 17. Is 17 a prime number or not? I check 2. 17 is prime number. Let me do 21. 21 is a prime number or not? 21 is not a prime number, right? So first step I check number 2. 21 mod 2 has the remainder equal to 1. So mod result is not equal to 0. We keep on doing. Then we have 21 mod 3. 21 mod 3, the remainder is 0. Then we stop. Then we say it's not a prime number. Okay? Note here is try to avoid the recursive algorithm. Don't try to use recursive algorithm, okay? Even though it looks cool or something. No, recursive algorithm is not for general calculation, it's for something else. You can use it if you really think that it's going to give you what you want. One of the reasons is it is difficult to debug. Sometimes it's easier, only that case, you try to use recursive. If it's make it more difficult to debug, don't do it. And if you use recursive algorithm, if you didn't do it right, it can be a lot slower than usual. Okay? For example, if you think about Fibonacci series, you try to use recursive. Recursive algorithm means you call itself. You have some function and you call that function again, you call that function again. It's not good because sometimes you make a new variable. Okay, we will go back to this when we do determinant again for recursive. But right now, if you don't understand recursive, it's okay. Just memorize it. Try to avoid it. Okay. Try to avoid the recursive algorithm. Okay, look at this. Step 2 require the previous call of step 2 that does not exist. If you want to do step 2, look, get the list of the prime number for the range of 2 to x minus 1. I asked the computer to find the prime number, but in order to find the prime number, we need to know the prime number already, right? So it's like moving in a circle. You want the answer, hey, you need to know the answer first before you can get the answer. Okay, so we have to start from somewhere. Okay, let's click start.